references to the worship of Kartikeya and Vishnu also occur in the inscriptions. Jainism maintained its popularity. A noted Jaina devotee of the period was Attam, popularly known as Dhanacintamani. Balagamve and Dambal were the flourishing centers of Mahayana Buddhism. The Jayanti Buddha Vihara at Balagamve received grants from offices for the worship of Tara Bhagavati. Kasava, Loksvaram, the Buddha and other deities. The Buddha Vihara at Dambal also received public grant. Thus it is seen that all the major religious sects of land flourished during this period. Whatever be the personal religion of the king, it did not come into conflict with the flourishing religion of the land. 126 388. Literature. Kannada literature attained greater perfection of form during this period. The Jaina authors continued to enrich Kannada literature, and the greatest Jaina author who carried forward the classical tradition in Kannada under the influence of Pampa was Ranna. The author of Gadayada, or Sahasavina Vijaya, and Ajatapurana. He rose to the rank of Kavachakravarti in Taylor's court, and enjoyed the honors of the golden rod, the chauri, the elephant, the umbrella, and the rest. Ranna has drawn the theme for Gadayada from the concluding portion of the Bharata War. He has identified his patron Satyasraya with Bhima, the hero of this work, and calls him Sahasa Bhima. The plots are woven anew to suit his objective in presenting the Mahabharata story. He has been marvelously successful in his object of presenting a tragedy of situation through deep character study, dealing only with a few characters and making an effective use of dramatic technique. The work is partially valuable for the study of contemporary social condition. Ajatapurana has for its theme the life of the second Jaina Tirthankara. Ranna is also credited with the authorship of Parasuramakarita and Chakrasa Charita, but they are lost to us. Nagavarman I, contemporary of Ranna, was the author of Karnataka Kadambari and Chandombadi. He was the first non-Jaina poet, being a Saiva Brahmana. It is based on Banna's Kadambari, a romance in prose in Sanskrit. His Chandombadi, Ocean of Prosody, is the earliest work on the subject in Kannada. To the end of the 10th century belonged to Malatimadhava, by Kannamaya, Karnatakesvara Kathi and Sringarapinda. Neither the theme of the writers of the last two works are known to us. Chavandaraya II, who lived in the court of Jayasimha II, wrote Lokopakara, an encyclopedic work to which a reference has already been made. Chavandaraya was the author of Madanatilaka, a work on erotics. Sri Acharya composed Jatakatilaka during the reign of Samsvara I. It is the first work in Kannada of astrology. Kirtavarma, a Chalukya prince who bore the title of Vidyaratna, wrote Gavija, a work in veterinary science. Durgasimha was the author of Panchatantra. Santinatha, an officer under Lakshmanaraya, a feudatory of Banavasi, was the author of Sukumarakharite. Among other works, mention may be made of Chandrakidam by Nagavarmashaya and Nayasena's Dharmamrita. Nayasena was among the earliest to raise his voice in protest against the introjic of an undue proportion of Sanskrit words into Kannada language, and to demand a proper standard of Sudha Kannada, as he calls it. Another great Jaina scholar was Nagavarma II. He was both a poet and grammarian and bore the title Avanava Sarvavarma. He gave to Kannada for the first time nearly all the scientific words on what is known as Kavyanga, consisting of grammar, lexicon and poetics, and furnished the aspiring writer with all the necessary aids to literary composition. Only three of his works, Kavyavalokana, Bhashabhusana, and Hidanavastyakosa, are available to us. Brahmasava was the author of Samaya Pariks, a work in which different sects are examined. He was originally a Jaina but embraced Saivism later and finally returned to the Jaina fold. A foundation for the Virasaiva literature was also laid during this period. Sanskrit literature was also patronized by the Chalukyas. Vidi Raja, a court poet of Jayasimha II, wrote Paravanthacharita and Yasodharacharita. But the greatest Sanskrit writers of the age are Vidyapati Bilhana, Vinainsvara and Bulokamala Samsvara III. They wrote respectively, Vikramankadevacharita, Mataksara and Aval Ishaitara Sintamani or Manasulasa. Dhananjaya's Namamala and Jayakirti's Chandanusasana are said to belong to this period. Art and architecture. The Chalukya style possesses distinct characteristics of its own. Henry Cousins, who has made a special study of the Chalukya monuments, has shown that the Vimanas of the Chalukya temple follow